Hello, guys. How are you doing? Cool. My voice sounds weird. I have currently got the early stages of the Rona. So instead of being out and about having beers this Saturday, I am going to be here having beers. How are you doing? I'm going to start off with a Forest Road Ride Pale Ale. I've still got my taste. I'm waiting for it to go. I tested this morning. It was a very thick line. So I'm confined in my house. I want to protect my family, so I'm wearing one of them, which is annoying. So it's just nice to have it off my face. But yeah, thanks very much for joining me on Saturday. How is everybody doing? Oh, I'm going to get this can open because I bite my nails. I'm going to have the football results in the background because I'm a football fan. And my team is currently losing. CJ's in. Hello, mate. How you doing? I need some sort of like stand for this, don't I? So it sort of shows you what beers I've been drinking, but yeah, it doesn't work. But yeah, CJ, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. We up to this Saturday, mate. I've already been down the beach today. Dogs. I live probably half an hour from a town called Southwold. Adnams is obviously Adnams is Southwold's most famous export. Went down there, had some fish and chips for lunch. Ran the dogs on the beach ragged. My daughter, who's now walking, she was toddling along on the beach, bless her, loving life. And I come back and I thought, what am I going to do on my Saturday? I'm confined to my house, so I'm going to have a couple of beers for you guys. Yeah, I've just about got my taste. It's a little bit hazy. Right, let's get. I'm just going to go on my laptop. Let's get the old footy scores up. Oh, flash scores, isn't it? Flash scores. .com, I think it is. Are we going to load? We are going to load. CJ, do you follow football? I don't see much on Instagram about football. I know football isn't everybody's cup of tea, but it is Saturday. It is Saturday. And it's a very, very football-y kind of day. Reject those cookies because we don't like those. Pretty boring so far. Half an hour in, not a goal in the Premier League. How's my horrendous team doing? I'm a Charlton fan. So we are not very good at the moment. Yeah, not very good at all. Let's move that. If we move that down, there we go. And then I shrink it. If I shrink it, does it shrink properly? I'm so bad on the computer. It kind of does. No, it doesn't. There we go. Let's roll with that for now. How's everybody doing? Sorry about that. I'm just gooning away. Oh no, it totally shrinks StreamYard. We can't do that. Yeah, he's watching Chelsea Saints. Are you a Chelsea fan? I'm a Charlton fan, and we are losing already to Derby. Saints, if you are a Chelsea fan, you should be winning that game. Southampton, they're right limbo, aren't they, at the moment? You want a beer, CJ? I don't know. I'm going to have a couple, I think. I'll see how it goes. I don't want to get too... I don't want to... Oh, he's a Saints fan. Oh, yeah, mate. You're in for a rough time. It's a shame. My granddad was a Saints fan. Are you from the South Coast? My granddad's family, they were from like Brockenhurst in the New Forest, if you know it. But yeah, so I always keep an eye out for Southampton. Excuse me. Oh dear. But yeah, you guys, you're in a bit of a pickle, aren't you, the old Saints? Are you still managerless? I think you're managerless. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, the managerless Saints. Not good. We've got a few more people coming in. Thanks very much, guys. How you doing? I'm gonna hopefully drink some decent beer in a bit. This Forest Road beer is nice. It's just not very flavourful. Much more of a session power, really. Those Forest Road beers have been pretty decent. They're very apart from the West Coast was exceptionally good. They're decent beers. they're almost like made for pubs. They're like obviously a lot better than your average stuff, but certainly stuff I've tasted. Not quite top level, but they're not far off. Yeah, they look better today. Decent. I'm from Hedge End, which is the easterly side of Southampton. Okay, yeah, you'll certainly know where the Brockenhurst and the New Forest is then. Yeah, my granddad was born and raised there. So we always go down that way, always in and around Southampton for our holidays and things. Got lots of friends down there as well. Still no goals in the Premier League up to now. 36 minutes in. Obviously, Arsenal beat Villa 4-2 today, which was a bit bonkers. I saw it was 2-2 in like the 85th minute or whatever it was. And I thought Arsenal were bottling it. They're bottling it. And then, scored 2-0 on stoppage time. I think one of the goals, didn't it hit the bar and then hit the Aston Villa goalkeeper on the head and go in? Anyway. The beers on the deck today, I've got a load of these like novelty Christmas beers. Did anyone get these for Christmas? I've got seriously bad Elf. This is the problem of having a beer YouTube channel. Everyone sort of just buys your beer, and it's sometimes when you're a bit of a beer snob like myself, it's never that good. Cold Turkey. I believe this is a Marston's beer. Staffordshire Moorlands, whichever brewery is that going to be. I've got another one of those same. It's called Stocking Filler. I've got another one called Grumpy Santa. I've got another one called Santa's Butt, which is a winter porter. I've got another one called Reindeer's Revolt, which is a English Christmas ale. Better drink that soon. Then I've got this. It's called Lump of Coal Dark Holiday Stout. And it's brewed in Oxfordshire, but I don't know if it's... I think they must export a lot of their beers to America. Because it's got the American custom stuff on the back. So I hope it hasn't been to America and then found its way back here. Because that would be rubbish. But yeah, I don't know. I might have to make a start on those bad boys. And then I've got local brewery to me. Everybody knows St. Peter's, don't they? They're really local to me. They are like 5-10 miles, if that. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't really want to drink that beer. Do you know what I mean? But then I've got like Adnams Triple Knot. Probably not the right day for that. We're still goalless in the Premier League. What is going on? How boring. I think... What are the other scores? What have we got? Championship. Nothing really happening. It's been a rubbish day of football so far. Absolutely rubbish. But that went down way too easy. Their beers. If you're, I don't know if any of you guys are into buying your beers online or whether you're supermarket purchases or anything like that. These guys' beers, they aren't expensive. They are not expensive, and they're pretty decent. Really, really drinkable session beers. What was this? 4.6%, and that's just gone down in 2 seconds. Let's get this bad boy open. St. Peter's best. Not the biggest fan of St. Peter's, I have to say. What are we going to get? Crafted in Suffolk. Looks good. That looks pretty good. Non-nucleic glass. But that looks pretty banging. Forest fruits, berries. Dark malt and caramel. That smells really, really good. Better than a lot of the St. Peter's beers that I've had the pleasure of drinking in the past. That's good. Yeah. Happy days. I wasn't holding out much hope. No, that's really good. We like that. We do like that. Are we still goalless in the Premier League? Is it just me, CJ? Is live scores not updated? No, I've just refreshed. It's still goalless. How boring. How boring. But yeah, went to Kosovo last weekend. That's where I got the Rona, I think. On the plane, I think. On the way out. Because a few of us went down with it. There were 7 of us in the group. And 4 of us have gone down with it. So yeah. Went to Kosovo. Hit up some really nice spots. Kosovo, if you've never been, is obviously it's known for the war. That's kind of what it's known for, the war in 98, 99. NATO got involved back in the Bill Clinton era of America, or the American presidency. Bill Clinton got involved, sent in NATO, got the Serbs out of Kosovo because they were sort of doing some pretty horrible things with like ethnic cleansing and stuff, not very, very nice. Clinton got the Serbs out of Kosovo, and only in 2008 did they declare themselves a country. So they're still very much just sort of getting used to their own rules and everything else like that. But it's definitely a country that's on the up. There are some really cool sort of little micro breweries and cool little spots like that we found in Kosovo. And then we went up to the mountains. And the beer over there, I should say, the beer over there is a beer called Paya. So Paya is a city or a town on the western side of Kosovo. And they produce their own lager. We drove past the Paya brewery. It's huge. There is a lager called Pristina, which is obviously the capital city. But Paya is the biggest lager there by far. And it's not much more than €1 for a 500ml glass. And I'll tell you what, for a mass-produced lager, it's all right. Like it's quite nice, and €1 a pop, you're not complaining. I did have a bit of craft stuff out there. We did go to this little micro bar or micro brewery, that had its own sort of really cool, trendy bar. It almost felt like you're in sort of a Lapland style ski lodge. It was amazing. And I had a Pils there, which I did film a review on. But I started feeling a bit rough after that, so I stopped because I was going to do a multiple review video, but it never happens. That was really good, the Pils. Really enjoyed that. Obviously, Balkan countries and Eastern European countries, they know how to brew a decent lager. Got to the IPA, and it was it was just a very, very bitter. I don't want to say almost ale-y IPA. It wasn't ale-y. It was just very bitter and very metallic. I don't know. There's just something went missing there. So I didn't enjoy the IPA. And I had the porter, and that was very good. Quite like the porter. So the beer scene over there wasn't amazing. Didn't blow my mind. Obviously, it's Kosovo. So when you think of, like I say, when you think of Kosovo, there's probably lots of things that come to mind, but sort of good beer and big brewing scene probably isn't one of them. But the country is absolutely stunning, like stunning. Pristina itself, the capital city, it is a little bit rough around the edges. There's wild dogs walking around. There's lots of half-finished apartment blocks, probably from the Yugoslavian days. But the EU, they're an associate member of the EU, so the EU's pumping a load of money in there. And that's doing really well for Kosovo. I'm not going to get political about the EU or anything, but they are doing good stuff over in Kosovo. And the taxis over there, they're not like 1998 Vauxhall Astras. They are £100,000 Mercedes EQ, the electric 4x4s. So, yeah, really impressive country. And we drove up into the mountains, and it was stunning. Like take your breath away, stunning. So would I go back? Would I go back? I feel like I've seen it. It's a very small country now, but very pretty. Very, very pretty. I've been to Bulgaria a couple of times, and I preferred Kosovo to Bulgaria every single day of the week. Really, really did. But Yeah, so I think on the way out there, that's when I got the I was going to call it something the virus. So yeah, I'm in my house taking myself away from everybody. I know you don't have to anymore. I know you don't have to anymore. And I've had a few people say, "Well, it doesn't even matter anymore." It's like, yeah, I know, but I don't want to pass it on. And like the other day on Monday, went back to work Monday. I felt okay. Tested. My mate tested positive Monday. I tested Monday. It was fine. So I went to work. And for instance, one of my clients that I went to see, I didn't realize because she didn't tell me she was on bed rest after a massive back operation. It's like I can't just continue the same, can I? I just can't do it. CJ says Man City are 1-up. Finally, we've had a goal in the Premier League. Man City away at Nottingham. Who scored? Bernardo Silva. I rate him. I rate Bernardo Silva. I think he's so underrated. What do you reckon, CJ? I reckon he's so underrated. On the ball, he's. I think if he went to somewhere like Arsenal, which it's probably quite a feasible transfer, actually, that or Chelsea or Tottenham, I think he would do amazingly well. I think he'd shine. I think he's a fantastic little player. Technically, brilliant. Love him. Just obviously in a world of he's fish in a big pond, isn't he? This, by the way, is absolutely lovely. I've tried a few of their craftier beers because obviously Craft Beer Hub. I'm more interested in the craft beer side of things. So I've had a few of their like hoppier pales, modern hot pales, American hot pales that they do, and they've never hit the spot. I tried their plum porter, that missed it. That was, I think they tried to kind of rip off the Titanic Brewery's plum porter, but they've done it badly. But this is very very nice, very traditional. Like it's down the line traditional, but yeah, really really good. But yeah, oh, he's quite nice. Oh, we've got another goal. Oh, the Saints! The Saints have gone and scored away. James Ward-Prowse. CJ's coming up and CJ's bouncing in his lounge right now. Fair play. After me saying you're going to have a tough time, you've just gone and scored against Chelsea. Unbelievable. Hopefully, CJ isn't watching on the internet and there's about a minute delay. Sorry, mate, if there is. Oh, mate, James Ward-Prowse. He's a player, isn't he? He's just dead ball specialist. Keeps the game ticking along nicely. There we go. I say dead ball specialist. He scored from a free kick. James Ward-Prowse can showcase his brilliant free kick ability, particularly from a distance like this. He hits the ball perfectly and it ends up inside the left post. Nice one. Excellent. Go on, the Saints. How are my team getting on? We're probably still losing, aren't we? Just honestly, it's a tough old life being a Cheltenham fan, I tell you. It is a tough life. Add the team. There we go. Yep, star it. Add to my teams. So if we go back to that, does it showcase? Does it put us at the top? No, it doesn't. Oh, where's CJ? There he is. Oh, mate, quality. He's so good, at James Ward-Prowse. Is he? Are you? I think he keeps the game ticking along, but he's not like a champagne player, is he? Like I wouldn't say. Is he England quality? Is he going to get in over? Is he going to get in over the likes of Rice, Grealish? Different player, I suppose. Grealish, but he plays more in the middle. Who else have we got in the middle? Mount. I'm not putting Mount in there. I think Mount is the most overrated player. He's probably playing today, which is why you're losing. Mason Mount is horrendous. Jude Bellingham, good player. Joey's in. Yo, how you doing, Joey? We're just on a nice chilled Saturday, mate. It's currently 10 to 4. And I'm drinking, I'll tell you what, I'm drinking a beer that you see a lot in America. St. Peter's Brewery. They actually, fun facts about St. Peter's, well, it's not very fun. These are the old monks bottles. So they are a bottle that the monks used to use back in the day. And the reason St. Peter's use this bottle is they brew
on the site. It's not a monastery as such, but it's an old monk's sort of drinking house. And when they made the brewery, when they built the brewery, they found one of these or lots of these bottles. So that's why they use the bottle. So I was told, but they export more than they sell in the UK. So, Joey, you've probably seen that in the States, mate. I reckon. I can't believe it's half time. We've only had 2 goals out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games in the Premier League. Shocking. Joey, how did the podcast go last night, mate? I saw it was literally about to go live as I got into bed. I was feeling a bit knackered. I've got the old Kosovan lurgy, and I so Mark Jones, hey up, Ewok. How is thee? I'm all right, mate. I've got the. I feel like the Kosovan Rona's just taking hold of me now a little bit. I feel a bit nasally and a bit like, ugh. But I fancied a couple of beers. It's Saturday. Do you know what I mean? It's Saturday. Leeds. Well, you can't be playing that shocking, mate. Who are you playing? You're drawing, didn't you? Oh, Everton. Oh, that's a big game. I missed that one. What games have we got on? So today we've got Brentford Palace. That's 0-0. We've got Brighton Fulham. That's 0-0. We've got Chelsea at home to Southampton. Southampton are winning 1-0. Everton Leeds. That's 0-0. Big game at the bottom of the Premier League there. Nottingham Man City. Man City are 1-up. Bernardo Silva. And then Wolves versus Bournemouth. So we've got a few. There's a few games in there, isn't there? There's a few. There was there's a few games in there that kind of 6-pointers really in terms of positions in the league. Joey says, "What game you got?" No, I haven't got a game on, mate. I've got Flash Scores. It's like flashscores.com. It's like a live timing thing. Leeds playing shocking. Joey says she was a no-show, had internet issues. She's going to be on Monday, 7 p.m. UK time. Mate, if I can, I will be there to watch it. Yeah, nice one. Sorry to hear that, mate. Anyway, here's a face we haven't seen for a little while. Trilby Phil, how you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Yeah, how's things, mate? How's the family? Mark Jones is fighting just before half time with players. What? There was what? Enlighten me. I'm trying to work it out. Sharky says, "Hello, mate. Hello, Sharky. How you doing?" From you're probably somewhere where it's a lot warmer than where I am today. Although I have been to the beach. I've been to the UK's version of what's the famous beach in California where they all do the weights and stuff? Muscle Beach. I've been to Southwold. If anyone knows Adnams Brewery, they are literally in the middle of Southwold. It's really cool. It's almost like the brewery's been going. I'll tell you what, I can tell you because I have it as a bottle. The brewery's been going since 1872. This is one of their 150th bottled beers. And it's almost like the town was built around the brewery. So you go to Adnams, the brewery's right in the middle of town, and it's almost like the town was built around the brewery. It's really cool. And their beach is stunning. They've got a harbour down the bottom, and there's like loads of cool little fish and chip shop places. All the fish comes in along the harbour, and it's straight into the fish and chip shops. So the fish and chips are banging. So yeah, I've been down there today. Give the dogs a little run out. Give my daughter a little run out on the beach. It's been a good day so far, and I've got a couple of beers with you guys. Perfect. Truby Phil says, "We are good. Cheers, Mark. That's brilliant news, mate. Good to see you. Good to see you." He says, "Sharky boy." So, yeah, is anyone having a beer? Is anyone joining me? Anyone having a beer? I've got for those that have just come in, I've got St. Peter's Best Bitter. Brewery really local to me, and I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. I don't really enjoy St. Peter's beers, so I don't know if it's because my taste and that's going. It just tastes a little bit better. It's just a lovely malty, slightly sweet caramel, relatively low bitterness, sort of forest fruits, berry beer. Lovely. Mark Jones says it's all kicked off in a tackle near all the players. Oh, mate, I'm gonna have to watch Match of the Day later. That's gonna be decent. Joey says, "Phil, brother, CJ's on the 1664, mate. If I'm going to drink a macro lager, I don't mind a Kronenberg. Much more flavourful than the other stuff, that's for sure. Joey says, Kev, hey man. Mark Johnson has just had an original ginger beer. Nice. I don't mind a ginger beer. We were feeling a bit minging over Christmas. We all had that like chesty thing that was going around, and we were in Tesco's New Year's Eve, and we were all lurgied up. And as a treat, we bought Bundaberg. We bought a little 4-packs of Bundaberg, and it was just like hit the spot, mate. Truby says, hello, Joey. Jamie C. How you doing, mate? Cheers, Mark. Cheers to you, Jamie. Thanks for tuning in, mate, all the way from NYC. How was your drive home, mate? Because you had a minging drive home, didn't you? Everyone's saying Jamie C. Jamie C says Joey. There we go. Everyone's saying hello to each other, which we absolutely love. I'm going to be glad to see the back of I'm going to be sad to see the back of this. Really sad to see the back of it. So for those that have just come in, we're kind of relatively football orientated this stream because it is Saturday. There's only been 2 goals in the Premier League. Southampton are beating Chelsea, which is probably the big news, and City are beating Forest away. So yeah, there we go. But I'm just literally looking now. I'm getting a group of guys together. So normally, as some of you will know, some of you might not know, I ski. I love to ski. It's probably my favourite sport. It's up there for football for me. I was up at 8 o'clock watching the slalom this morning. Haven't gone skiing this year. It's just passed me by. I've done loads this year. I mean, in the last couple of months, we've been away as a family in the UK. Vilnius. I went to Vilnius in Lithuania. Recently went to Kosovo last weekend, which is where I got this thing. And yeah, skiing's just passed me by. We're off to Malta. Neil Long, he's not in the chat, but I know Neil Long's got family in Malta, I believe. We're off to Malta. So yeah, skiing's passed me by a little bit. So we're looking to book a ski trip next year. So that's kind of the exciting thing that's going on in my life at the moment, because I've got to have my holidays. If I don't have a holiday booked, I just get... I say that, I've got about 4 booked at the moment. If I don't have a holiday booked, I just get a little bit twitchy, especially skiing. Jamie C says Port Vale nil, Exeter nil. That's the important one. Are you? So who do you support out of those two, mate? Can I not just add my favourite team? Can I not just can I just add the favourites? So if I just add that, yeah, there we go. I can right. I've just devised a plan. Just devised a cunning plan on Flash Scores. Yeah, I know. Stop reminding me about things. Where are we? Albania. Right, let's go down to England. I'm going to put if you support a team, I'm going to put them in the favourites, and then we can watch. So that can go in. Port Vale, Exeter. That is going to be League One. So yeah, if you support a team, let me know. Let me know. Mark says, right, back to my dodgy stream and Leeds fame. Need to win this. Chelsea beat Southampton as well. Mate, yeah, that's incredible. I didn't see that coming. The money Chelsea has spent this year, that would be an amazing scalp. And that is... Where are we? Let's go back up to the top. Into favourites. And Southampton are away as well. Pretty decent result if that comes off. Square Table General says, Joey says, I want to get Eddie the Eagle Edwards on the show. Mate, did you ever see the film with was it like Hugh Jackman? Was it Hugh Jackman? I think it was just called Eddie the Eagle. I didn't realise, because he was just a bit of a joke, wasn't he, at the time? And when you realise what that guy went through to sort of compete at the Olympics. Was it Calgary in 88? The Winter Olympics? Calgary in 88. It was Calgary, wasn't it? Yeah, what a legend. Absolute legend of a guy. And James C says he supports the mighty Vale. There we go. Also, and I know you'll know this, Robbie Williams supports Port Vale, doesn't he? Did he buy a bit of it, Jamie? Did Robbie Williams buy a bit of Port Vale in the end? I feel like he did. No, he was a Stoke. No, he was a Port Vale fan. He was just from Stoke. We're still half time. Probably going to start the kickoffs. Joey says he loves the Calgary games, and he also says he wishes he had the balance to go skiing, mate. That it's absolutely criminal that any American doesn't ski, especially you. You'd love it, mate. You would absolutely love it. It's just no other feeling like it. No other feeling like it in the world. I'm telling you, it's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. I should probably put my one day. I'll put my ski video on my. I've got like a private YouTube channel, if you know what I mean. And one day I'll put my. We went skiing in 2017 to a place called Flaine in France, and it was it was yeah, me and my wife. The first time we just sort of like went skiing on our own. It was always with family and friends, everything else. It was just like, right, we want to go skiing on our own, do our own thing, and it was just So one day I'll put that video on my main channel. Jamie C says he did, but he was bought out by the current owners. So who owns you now then? Is it one of these like horrible holding firm people? Because I'm a Charlton fan and we've got that at the moment. We've just got these people that own us who just saddle the club. They buy the club. How does this work, right? They buy the club and it's almost like you can buy a club with no money and you just mortgage. It's almost like you just mortgage the club against itself or against its assets. It's so weird. Then the club just ends up 50 million in debt and then you never get out of it. It happened with Man United. It happened with the Glaziers. Or Glazers. Glaziers? They don't fit windows. Happened with the Glazers, didn't it? And then they were just paying off, when they're paying off like $1 billion a year or something in interest to service the debt. I just don't know how it works. And clubs like ours, we don't make money. We just don't make money. So it's impossible. Joey says, not going to lie, I love hanging out at the ski lounge. Like snow bunnies are yum. They are good. I've got to be careful, but they are good. Jamie says, Robbie did a homecoming concert at Vale Park last summer, did he? Fair play. Jamie said, no, actually a local family have done a great job in the past few years. They own a software company. Mate, you're lucky. You're lucky. We're owned by some Danish bloke that lives in America who has some sort of medical firm. And he come in going, he come in, when he come in, right, it's so funny. He come in and said, football's easy. Oh, this is quotes. Go and just Google Thomas Sangard takeover quote or something. He said, football is easy and I will have Charlton back in the Premier League in 5 years. And it's 3 years in and we're in a lower position now than when he took us over. It's just like nauseating because it's a club. Football's one of them funny things, and it's like rugby's as well. Rugby's the same as well in any club sport. You can't just change your team. You can't. It's impossible. You can't just say, right, up sticks, and I'm going to go and support Liverpool. It just doesn't work that way. And when you've got like something that you love dying, and every time you get a good player, they're sold for peanuts just to pay off the debt that the owners put against the club. I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? It's hard. It's a hard watch. It makes me laugh when Chelsea fans and Liverpool fans and United fans and especially Tottenham fans start blabbing on because they haven't spent another 100 million. It's just like we literally it's a funny old do. It's a funny old do. Right, we've got a few games kicking off in the second half now in the Premier League. Charlton and Port Vale, both of their games are still half time. Oh, has there been a goal? Wolves already? No, it's just flashed red at me. But football's a funny one, isn't it? My uncle, so I'm a Charlton fan because my uncle originally owned. Well, Charlton got into financial difficulty in the 80s, and we lost our ground. And some of you might remember when we were ground sharing with Palace and West Ham. And my uncle was one of the original 12 guys that bought Charlton back. Now, my uncle's quite a successful guy. He's a very successful guy. Lives in America now. Always supported Charlton, lived around the corner back in the day and everything else. And there was 12 local boys, or they weren't boys, but they were local boys back in the day. Successful business owners now, and they bought back Charlton. And my uncle's a wealthy guy. Like, he's a wealthy guy compared to me. I'm a Sparky. You know what I mean? He's a very, very wealthy guy, my uncle. And football, the money in football overtook him as soon as Abramovich got in. As soon as Abramovich got in, it was just like mega money. They just couldn't compete. We had all our best players nicked off of us. People like Scott Parker, they just come and cherry picked. And 10 million, whatever they paid for Scott Parker at the time, was peanuts, really. And we just couldn't keep up with it. My uncle couldn't keep up with it. And then he ended up, him and the other guys ended up selling it on. They had a chairman come in who just wasn't, put a load of debt on the club, gambled, and we are where we are today. Sharky says, "What are you sipping on, mate?" Right, Sharky, this is probably a beer. Have you seen these beers before? St. Peter's. So they export more to the US than they sell in the UK. They're right near me. But yeah, they're best bitter, mate. And I'll tell you what, it's going down really, really well. I'm not much of a trad beer fan. Well, I say that I am a trad beer fan in the right sort of environment, but not when I've got all these novelty beer, Christmas beers left over that are brewed in the Staff. I'll tell you what, Jamie C. What brewery would that be? The Staffordshire Moorlands, it says. Brewed in the Staffordshire Moorlands. What is that? Who is that? Sharky says, are they an English brewery? They are indeed. They're right near me. So they get a lot of love for their old Monk's beer bottle design. It's kind of like, oval, really. And I know you Americans like ovals. There you go. The reason I asked was because I know that they export more to the US than what they sell in the UK. So more than 50% of their bottled production goes over to the US. And I know the US love the bottle design. He says, "I will have to check out my bottle shop." Yeah, they might do it. Whether it makes it over to the West Coast, I don't know. But yeah, I certainly know they do a lot of export to the US. But I was watching a really cool YouTube video yesterday. So I'm an aeroplane geek. So this is like confession time now. I'm Mark, and I'm an aeroplane geek. I watched a joint operations video where the Australian F-18s were flying with the British Eurofighters, and they were flying with the American F-22s and the F-35s. And there was like videos. It was on Forces News. If you just YouTube Forces News, if you're into that thing, it will get you going. I promise. Jamie says they're in Leek, Staffordshire. Is that is it Marston's, mate? Is it? I've got a bottle of Marston's here, actually, haven't I? Yeah. I swear that was Marston's. That's Burton-on-Trent. What brewery is that, mate? Staffordshire Moorlands. Yeah, what brewery is that? It's going to be a big brewery, isn't it? Because these are everywhere. These are like every gift. Every beer lover in the UK must get one of these given to him by his auntie for Christmas. But Shark says that sounds awesome. Yeah, really cool, mate. Really, really cool. I'm going for a beer that's recently gone out of date. I don't know if this is a good move or not. It is called Forbidden Fruits by Northern Monk. Now, it's a mango, pineapple, and passion fruit juice double IPA. Now, I remember trying this when it came out about 6 to 9 months ago. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't a great beer, but it tasted good. So it tasted good because I like passion fruit, pineapple, and mango. But as a beer, wasn't very good. Sharky says, I love the sound of military aircraft at full power. Yeah, they were all at all this footage was done at Nellis Air Force Base right near Las Vegas. What a place that is, by the way, Las Vegas. You Americans must have done Las Vegas. Sharky, you've probably been a bit twisted in Las Vegas 2 or 3 times, haven't you? Joey definitely has. Jamie C absolutely has. Oh, we've had a goal. Bournemouth have scored. Marcus Tavernier. Does anyone care about this game? Does anyone care? Where are Bournemouth? Oh, that's a big game, though, down the bottom. Bournemouth have pulled themselves out of the relegation zone with that. They haven't won any of their last 5 games. Wolves have been doing all right recently, but yeah, Bournemouth are winning away at Wolves. Oh, Sharky, look at him. I was in Vegas for a week last week. Was you like proper Vegas, or were you there for work? Ah, there we go. He's just said it. Unfortunately, it was for work and not much fun. Oh, see, I imagine Vegas, even if you're there for work, is good fun though. Like we went on a part of a big holiday, and we took a helicopter flight out to the canyon, and there were 6 of us on the flight. So it was me and my wife, my friend and his wife, who were doing a very similar trip around the US to us, but we just crossed over in Vegas. And there were 2 girls that worked for BMW, and they were like the showgirl. Oh, I'll show you showgirls. They'd done like all the trade shows for BMW. And they were like, yeah, they I think they said it. They might have even said BMW had paid for it. There was a reason why they were on that. They were on the jolly. They'd just done a trade show in one of the big hotels or casinos out there, and they were out having fun. Jamie C says, I believe it's called Staffordshire Brewery, who are in league. Oh, nice one, mate. Are they any good? Is it worth me popping one of these open before I do that? Because I don't really want to do that, if I'm honest. I'm kind of going through all that the basic beers that I've got that I'm not too bothered about really getting into. Lord's Brewing Company, who obviously doesn't look at his WhatsApp chats, says, "Hey, up, didn't know you were live." I am indeed, John. If you look on the one of the WhatsApp chats, the most recent one, I put the link in there. And also, actually, good to see Sharky in. Sharky, I know you were going to take some time away. I hope you're all right, mate. Sorry I didn't ask before. Jamie says, I'm heading to Vegas in mid-March. I was there mid-January too. Shut up, mate. You're such an arsehole. Oh, I was there in mid-March. I was there in January. I'm going to mid-March now. Oh, what a place, though. I hope you had a good time, mate. Where did I stay before? We stayed in... So my uncle used to own a percentage. Charlton has got a place in Lake Las Vegas, and that's where like Celine Dion and Conor McGregor live. But it's like quite a way outside the city, so we didn't bother staying there. So we stayed in a hotel called The Link. So if you've seen any of the modern videos or the modern footage of Vegas, you'll see The Link, and it's a massive Millennium wheel really, and that's linked into the Link Hotel. It was quite good actually because the Link wasn't quite finished then, so it just opened. So we got a banging deal because they were doing the swimming pool. Now that it's like a C-shaped hotel, so it kind of went along, down, and across. Then the swimming pool was in the middle. And because they'd done the swimming pool last, all the people in the hotel were complaining about the noise because literally every room, or half the rooms at least, faced onto the swimming pool. So they were doing mad deals. We got like £50 a night or something in a decent room in Vegas. Then because they were working on one of the rooms down the hallway, I complained because we were up in the casino to play until about 10 a.m. And I complained about the noise, and I got half of the stay refunded again. So we stayed in Vegas for 4 nights for about 100 quid. Sharky says, "Hey, John." John says, "Yo." Jamie says that there's some decent brew pubs in the city. Brewdog has also opened a place recently too. Yeah, I saw Brewdog's video. That's what I'm going to say. Don't worry, I've got no interest in them at all. But yeah, loads. America's just the king of brew pubs, isn't it? Do they have there's a brew pub near my uncle's place in Chicago called the Rock Bottom. I think it's a chain, but they've got like 20, 30 keg lines. Half of those are like Rock Bottom beers, and half of those are like other beers. Yeah, really, really cool. Really cool place. Someone's just come into the house. I don't know who it is, and I've got... We move. Yeah, John, if you want to come on, mate, feel free. If anyone wants to come on, sod it. If anyone wants to come on, let me know. If you've got a camera, you got a phone or something, just let me know. I'll put the link in the chat. Can you hear the dogs? Can anyone else hear the dogs? Yeah, I don't know who's here. Sharky says, I have a couple of rock bottoms near me. Mate, really good bars. The food's decent. Like when we went there, it was really good food. Like proper like American. They're quite high. I say for a brew pub, they're kind of higher end. They've got like the kind of American bay cubicle. What do you call them? What do you call them? What are the seats in America where it's like two benches either side of a table, and you call them something, didn't you? I'm trying to think of a Luke Combs song where he talks about what do you call them? A cubicle? Nah, it's not cubicle, is it? But yeah, anyway, it's just loads of these around the outside. Lots of sort of nice shiny brass. It's very nice. They're a very nice place. And yeah, the beers are really, really good. Lord says either that or your postman is really late. No, it's in thing booths. That's it. You call them booths. So yeah, it's really kind of old school American bar around the outside. Not, if I remember rightly, there weren't a lot of sports screens in there. It wasn't one of these like Buffalo Wild Wings places where you go and it's just screens everywhere. What a place that is, by the way, Buffalo Wild Wings. Honey barbecue, boneless wings, chili con queso dip, and chips. Boom, that's my order. Yeah, I just love Rock Bottom's like right down the road. Absolutely love it there. Yeah, just good beer. People in there are normally pretty decent as well. You can, especially if you're a Brit. So around in and around Chicago, they don't sort of come in contact with lots of British guys and girls. So your accent is like they love it, absolutely love it over there. Jamie C probably gets it a lot because I know he lives in and around New York. Jamie C says, Sharky, do you have the BJ's brew pub chain out in Cali? We have a bunch of them around here. So this is a funny thing about America, and it happens with the fast food chains. So things like In-N-Out Burger, for instance, isn't that a predominantly West Coast thing? So like because America is so big, like for instance, Portillo's hot dogs, that's mainly a Midwest thing. It started in Chicago near my uncle where he lives. So like you don't see Portillo's like when we went out to San Francisco and Vegas, you don't see Portillo's out there, but you might do now. That's probably a good sort of 9-10 years ago. 2015, 8 years ago. But yeah, they do this like regional thing. Like sometimes you get like regional fast food chains and stuff. It's quite strange. I'm gonna go and wash my glass quickly. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye. There we go. Sorry, my mother-in-law was out the window. Oh, we've had a couple of goals. What's going on? Oh, Port Vale have scored and Exeter have got a red card. But for who, Chris Kamara? Well, it looks like there's been a penalty. I guess there's been a penalty. Yeah, I guess there's been a penalty. Jamie C is a happy boy. He said, yes, we have several around me, Jamie. And Jamie C says, yeah, sometimes they're regional. Same as supermarket chains. West Coast have different ones than East Coast. There's a few common ones like Trader Joe's. Yeah, what was the ones like? I remember just like Kmart and stuff like that. I believe it was a Trader Joe's. It was just up the way from where my uncle is. Don't want to keep saying that because I've said it about a million times now. Oh. Right, beer time. Jamie, is it worth cracking open one of these Staffordshire Brewery beers? Is it worth it? I'm going to hold on. Let me know. What have I got? I've got a light hoppy ale. That could be a contender. I've got a golden premium ale. Where else? And then I've got another golden premium ale. That's probably the same one rebadged. 5%. Yeah, it's obviously just the same beer rebadged. Yeah, let me know, Jamie, if these are any good. Joey says I called Rock Bottom Brewery by its real name, My Life Brewery. Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about that. I'm just Phil. I don't know. Jamie, tell me, please. Are these going to be any good? Yes, crack it open. Okay. So I feel like the light hoppy ale is the way to go. A wonderful golden beer with an aromatic floral aroma. Okay, let's go. Santa in his stockings there. Look, there you go. We've had another goal, but for who, Chris Kamara? Everton have scored against Leeds. Mark Jones. Oh, my God. Get the vodka open, Mark. Oh, it is light. Jeez, look at that. It's like a lager. Look at that. That is light. That's really, really light. Oh, hold on. We have... Sorry, John. I don't know how long he's been there. How you doing, mate?
I've been here a while.
Have you been there for long?
Oh, about half an hour, 40 minutes.
It wouldn't surprise me, mate.
About 10 minutes. It's all right, because I was messaging a friend of mine who wanted a link for a website and all sorts of bits and bobs.
What, you've been in the basement for 10 minutes?
Yeah. I think so.
Sorry, mate.
All right, you were doing your thing. It didn't matter, because I was doing stuff here anyway. I'm having a declutter. So, lots is happening in our house at the moment.
Are you able to talk about it, John?
Probably not.
Okay.
In any detail, but put it this way, my setup might be changing. Quite possibly, and might not be as fancy as all this. So we'll see. One of the main things I think I can tell this: we're looking at opening a bar in town, and we're kind of nearly there with it. And lots is happening, which might mean that a lot of this stuff goes down to the bar.
Oh,
so it's very exciting, but it's stressing me out because it's just another thing, isn't it? You know.
Just as a little thought about the bar and everything else.
Yeah.
Could you take inspiration from what Brewdog were doing and do like a little podcast? Could you do like a little podcast room? As in like an open podcast room.
I don't know if you have the. It's not very big. It's only a little place.
It's got an upstairs though, isn't it?
Yeah, you could set up and do a podcast upstairs and have a live audience. You could do that.
I'm just wondering whether are we allowed to say too much information
No, you can. I don't think it. I mean,
about the surrounding environment?
Yeah, I don't think that would matter. Yeah, there's loads of stuff up there anyway. So it's it's not nothing set in stone.
Do you think the students could use it as a podcast room, as a tool?
I don't think it'd bring enough money in.
No, that's fair.
It would be good for us to do a podcast. I mean, it's a wicked setting inside.
Yeah, it's cool.
Mega. So you could do it where you filmed a podcast with a live audience. Would be good fun.
Yeah, that would be good fun.
That would be a good laugh. That'd be, and people coming in and having a drink and all that. I mean, it's going to be really noisy because you've got toilets and whatnot upstairs as well. But yeah, so it's all happening really. And then there's another project on the side as well, which is equally in fact, probably more stressful. But I'll know more about that by the end of play on Monday.
So you're a busy boy then, John?
I'm a busy boy. You know what it is, right? Sometimes I'm a major risk taker, and that's not necessarily a good thing. But I got into a place where I was quite comfy. I was doing all right. And then just things changed in the space of 24 hours. And then we're like, right, we're going for it. We're licking the stamp and we're sending it.
Well, so sometimes you got to do that, mate.
It is. I mean, yeah, it's going to be good for the brewery if we can get it all working. I mean, it's never set in stone; it could all fall through. We just don't know. But it's right next door to Brewdog. For those that don't know.
Right then, let's get a
Not
few
that
comments.
I'm trying to troll Brewdog or anything.
What brewery was it that done? Oh, there's been another goal. Palace, damn. Palace have scored. Annoying. Palace have scored against Brentford. Who scored the Palace goal? It is
vitamin drink.
Eze scored. Annoying. Jamie says, yeah, extra guy got something off. And Jamie says, yes, crack it open. I'll tell you what, Jamie. It's a light hoppy ale. It's not working wonders, but I'll tell you what it is. It's a decent enough beer. Like, so John, I've basically got
a brewery, are massive. They're a really big brewery. We buy all our bottles off them. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm on these like novel. I'm just trying to drink. So I've not got a whole lot of beer in my house. I've got a mini keg of Fish Counter.
Yeah, I'm just tidying up, so I don't want to get
a mini keg of Fish Counter that I didn't want to put in the machine.
Right. Okay.
Derby have just scored against Charlton 2-0. I'm going to just go and ball my head now. I didn't want to put that in. I just don't have a lot of like average beer to drink anymore. I haven't been to the supermarket in a while to buy some. That is absolutely horrendous from Vocation, for Marks and Spencer's. That is terrible. I'm to the point where I'm not even going to drink it.
That bad?
And I'm just, mate, it's rubbish. And then I'm just kind of like, I'm kind of down to my really sort of average stuff. So I'm on to the Christmas novelty stuff that everyone buys you thinking that it's really interesting.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I get the gist of it. It's I tend to just drink rubbish when I'm at home, and then when I'm at work, I enjoy the stuff that I drink then.
Yeah, there is that thing.
The nice beers that I ever get are either ones you buy me, Paul gets me, or Chris, or you know, or we go somewhere. And let me just move this slightly. I'm trying to tidy the kitchen for Lydia so that I don't become dead. I think the word is
dead.
Yeah. We've collated too much. If you can't hear me, just shout and I'll shout louder.
No, it's still pretty cool. Still pretty clear from over there. Joey says they've got Newcastle versus Liverpool at 12:30 Eastern time. Joey also says, I'll buy that on-air light off of you, John.
The buy what, sorry?
The on-air light off of you.
Honestly, go online. I bet they're about $8. They're not a lot.
There we go. You've heard it here first.
Yeah. I'd probably go to a new bar, to be honest.
There we go. Joey says, dude, if you get an If you get an in-town bar, I'm 100% visiting again, especially if you let me do stand-up there.
Can you imagine?
You and Captain Meats on the bill. Joey says you could have a floating soundproof room with drones. Yeah, why not? What's the budget?
Well, it's got a room in the cellar, like an office, and they've wallpapered it with like fake bookcases, and it's probably wider than this space is here, and I reckon it'd be all right. I reckon you could make it. I mean, it just smells a bit damp down there. That's the only thing.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those sort of old Yorkshire kind of historic places. It's going to be a bit damp, isn't it?
Oh yeah, big time. Gosh,
And Joey said,
taking forever. Got an hour and 12 minutes.
Joey says you could run a YouTube school.
You've got to be good at YouTube first.
My lips are sealed. Sharky says John is opening a homebrew shop with a bar.
Yeah. Well, we had a home brewer. He couldn't get over how cheap we got our hops for. So he wants us to supply him hops.
Well, he probably buys them at 100 gram a time, so it's going to pay a premium for that, isn't he?
Yeah, I think the problem is with that though. I'm pretty sure there'll be a clause in our contract when we buy stuff that we can't resell it. I'm pretty sure.
Do it for cash. Joey says keep in mind in the States Monday is a holiday. Oh, okay. Oh, what holiday is it this time? You guys seem to work less than what us Brits do. Let's have a quick look. USA national holidays.
You know, the mad bit is, right, out of this little area, Paul and Mark and Crummy have all been here. I have taken 3 bin liners of rubbish out of this space. And I've still got 1, 2 boxes, a briefcase, laptop bag, a camera bag, and a tool bag. You know what I mean?
There we go. It's a busy house, your house, John. It's a busy house.
It's a falling apart house. No, it's not.
Sharky says, I'm working with Joey. We use his holiday for Christmas break. Joey says, that sucks, Kev, in terms of... Oh, he's working. Rubbish. Jamie C says, John, can I mail order stuff from Lord's? I'm coming over next weekend and could order something to my mum's house.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Yeah, if you're coming over, where in the UK are you coming to?
I believe it'll be Staffordshire based on previous conversations with Jamie.
Oh, Staffordshire Brewing. Yeah.
Well, I say that. I think that's his local area. Whether his mum lives there anymore, I don't know.
How far Staff's to here?
Couple of hours, 2 hours.
It can't be that much. Well, you'll have to come up, Jamie. But yeah, I can mail order it to you. It's not a problem.
There we go. CJ says, I see Fuller's are doing London Pride in 5-litre mini kegs now. Don't know how to feel about that. Not a beer monster. Not a beer monster keg. Or not a keg for the beer monster. I doubt. Oh, Jamie says, no, it's North Wales. Joey says the students would be like, what do we do? And John would be like, sit there for 4 hours and start drinking. Joey's got the business plan sorted. And it is President's Day. Thank you, Joey and Jamie, for that. Joey says, back in the day, we used to get Washington's birthday and Lincoln's birthday off, but they combined in some time to the President's Day. Yeah, because I just looked on the US government website for just what come up on Google, and it actually says it is Washington's birthday is the 3rd Monday in Feb. So, yeah, they've obviously combined Lincoln's and Washington's at some point. Thomas is in. How you doing, Thomas? The man that gets up earlier than all of us. James says, no, it's North Wales. And James says, I can't visit as I'm only there 2 nights. Arrive Saturday afternoon, leave Monday morning. I'm actually in Ireland the week after, so it's just a quick visit. He gets around, old Jamie, doesn't he?
He's a man of international mystery.
Honestly, it gets around. And he says, I'll probably be back in May/June for a longer trip. Well, there you go. That's the chance.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that
If
will-
you want beer, just stick it on the mail order and we'll get it out on Monday for you.
I'll tell you what, actually, Jamie, if you're back in May/June for a longer trip, you might want to be thinking about Brew London.
Yeah. Or what about GBVF? Is that in May?
Now, that was like September, October, wasn't it?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Like I know what's going on, eh?
Are you doing... I know you're not exhibiting at Brew London this year, John, but are you going to...
I'm thinking of going just for some fun, really.
Yeah, that's where I'm kind of at. Because obviously last time you very kindly sorted us out for doing a bit of help on your bar, didn't you?
I did.
But I enjoyed it. I would love to do the trade day again. That was my favourite part, where you could have proper chats with people. Because at Brew London, it's really cool there, isn't it? But it's just a bit like all the colours are like this microphone, like pink and blue, and it's music. It's a bit too much.
Yeah.
You can't film there, and you can't really have proper conversations there because it's like you're in a nightclub. And yeah.
It's the only thing that's really good about it is it gets a really good audience of different types of people. It's not just all the old farts like me and you.
No, and speak for yourself there, John. Thank you very much. But no, you're right in what you say. It was definitely the youngest crowd.
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference.
And it was, and I'm not being horrible to older people. It was just, it had a different vibe to it, because we went to York. I come up for York Beer Fest, and that was very, very old. That was, well, we called it a day, didn't we, John? Halfway through.
Yeah, it was quite. I mean, it's not normally like that, to be fair. But we were doing the daytime, not the evening. It tends to get busy in the evening there.
Yeah, we went into York and got even more drunk. And then come home and done a live stream. How the hell we did that, I don't know.
No, I don't know. Remember that. That was funny, wasn't it? Gosh, that was a bit of a tough time as well at that point. Goodness me, I was having a rough time. I said to Mark, I said, I'm really trying not to be depressed right now. It was tough. Tough last year. I'd like to forget last year if I could.
But I'll tell you what, though. I think if you made it through last year, you've done a damn sight better than a lot of the others did.
Well, yeah.
And that's not comparing or taking satisfaction out of other people failing. It's more the case of you're doing something right, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, we managed to do 6. It worked out when we did all the maths. It seemed a bit more at first, but when we did all the maths, it was 66% growth.
And that's a bad year.
It's not too bad, is it?
No, mate, bloody good, really good. Joey says, I'd love to visit the UK in the summer, but my God, the plane fares. Joey, little tip, if you don't use it already, there's an app called Skyscanner, and it's unbelievable. And if you don't mind, Cleveland direct, I presume that's where you fly from, Cleveland direct to London would be expensive. Try and fly through Boston or New York, because there's an airline called Norwegian, and actually, because Norwegian have done that route for quite a few years, American Airlines, British Airways, and Virgin are doing £350 return trips between Boston and London. Wow. So as long as you can get your internals sorted, you're not going to pay more than, what's that, 500 quid? You're not going to pay more than $650, $700. Be surprised if you pay more than that, because that is such a competitive route over to the East Coast from London. So yeah, and just fly to London and get a train up. Don't fly to Manchester. He says, I would love to travel like you, Jamie Yo, but I have a crippling marijuana addiction. When you get, yeah, you can only visit sort of 11 states out of the 50. Joey says, when you're past 35, you don't want the giant bass music anymore. Nah, mate, it's a bit too much. Jamie says, Brew London appears to be 5th to 6th of May. Yeah, that probably be about right. I mean, you might be a bit before you come over, mate.
Isn't there a coronation though?
Yeah, we talked about this before, didn't we?
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to get accommodation at that time. It'd be mental.
Airbnb, mate.
Really?
It's going to be in it. It's just going to be easy to do it that way.
I want to know how my children can get so many crumbs around this kitchen.
Like the Tasmanian Devils.
Oh my gosh, I think I've got them, and then I find a whole pool of more crumbs.
Joey says he's always in at $700 to $800. Yeah, that's going to be the rate, mate. That's probably the lowest rate as well. Jamie C says, or you could try Aer Lingus from New York to Boston. From New York or Boston to Dublin, that'll be, and then take Ryanair to the UK. Yeah, that's a good shout. That's a very good shout. It's going to be the cheapest way to do it is going to be in 2 legs, unfortunately.
I like that though. I like getting some extra takeoffs and landings.
Honestly, we took off from when we took off from Kosovo back to the UK. He done the longest takeoff run. So we were on the runway, and you know where you're like looking out the window, and I'm an experienced flyer, but I was looking out the window thinking we're going to run out of runway here. But it was just
really,
yeah. We went for ages. He must have used every inch.
Or you flying an old Illusion?
We were flying an A321 Neo, so one of the new ones from Airbus through Wizz Air.
That should be straight off the runway.
It should have been, but it was fully loaded. There wasn't a seat on the plane.
Wow.
So I think, Joey, I've just seen this comment, make me jealous. I'll come to that in a minute. But yeah, you'd have thought, it would have been up earlier, you would have thought. Joey says Cleveland has a non-stop now to Dublin on Aer Lingus. That might be your route then. Jamie C might have hooked you up there. And Joey also says, I may pay the extra dollars for the non-stop from Cleveland. That would be so much more convenient. Yeah. So we stopped over 1 year in Cincinnati and near you, Joey, that's Ohio. And my bag, because in America or in Cincinnati Airport, the guy didn't check his case all the way through to the final destination. So it came off the belt. He had to take his bag off, check it. And there was a bag very similar to mine left on the belt that wasn't mine. And a bloke checked my bag all the way through to somewhere like Tucson or somewhere in Arizona. Weird. Joey with the flex comment of the day says the best takeoffs, Mark, were in the AC-130s in Iraq. Circle, then go straight up. Yeah, because didn't you circle in the confines of the airbase and then you'd go up? Wasn't that there was definitely something. That's why tactical takeoffs or tactical landings and stuff. It's all the same thing. Jamie C says, Joey, you should do the Aer Lingus to Dublin and see more of Ireland. There's also a ferry from Dublin to North Wales, Holyhead. North Wales is stunning as well, by the way. Just like South Wales, Merthyr Tydfil, where we done downhill mountain biking, not so much. But yeah, North Wales is stunning.
I'm making noodles. I haven't eaten yet.
Jerry says, lol, Cincinnati's airport is in Kentucky. I thought Cincinnati was in Ohio. No? Or is it... What? No, you wanted me up. You are winding me up. Cincinnati airport. Oh, it is. What? Where's the state line then? Oh my god. So the city of Cincinnati borders a river. It's going to be called the Cincinnati River, isn't it? Because it's America. What's it called? The Ohio River. Not far off. But the airport is in Kentucky. literally like a mile from the border.
Kentucky, great chicken.
Yeah, good chicken there. So I can
With his wee beady eyes.
I can tick a state off the list that I didn't know I could. Thank you, Joey, for that, mate. I might hit that up actually, Jamie, because I want to see Wales. Isn't that where you're from? Joey says we've got to do a collab trip over there. I need a comedy show over there, mate. I will happily go to Northern Wales. It is the most stunning place that I've been to in the UK. Absolutely love it. Joey says, yeah, the city is Ohio, but the airport is in Kentucky. Yeah, there we go. I didn't think I'd ever been to Kentucky before. There we go. Jamie says, yes, from North Wales originally. It's stunning, brother. Absolutely stunning. We went to, I've done the zip line, Snowdon. Oh, it's near Snowdon. It's not Snowdon, though. I've done the zip line. Is it called Zip World, Jamie? You'll know it. I've done that. But it was at the time. I don't think it is anymore. I think there's another one in Dubai because Dubai have to have the world's fastest, the world's biggest, the world's deepest, everything else. But at the time, it was the world's fastest zip line. It went right over a quarry. And then we had 5 nights up in Anglesey. Beaumaris. That was the place. We went to Beaumaris. Lovely. Jamie says Cincinnati is right on the border. I didn't realise. Yeah, I didn't realise. They've got some big places in Cincinnati then. Because you've got Ohio, sorry. Because you've got Cleveland, Cincinnati, and there's one Dayton. Yeah. Joey says they jokingly call KFC Kids Fattening Centre.
No, that's awesome.
It's so true.
It's so true.
It's so true. Oh my god.
Honestly,
Matt Hall's in, the handsomest man that I know. Hello, you beer powered bearded wonders. Thank you, Matt. Thank you for coming in, Matt.
What a legend.
So should we have a quick score check? I don't think much. Oh, Nottingham! Literally, as I say that, Nottingham Forest have equalised against Man City.
What?
Your boy's not going to be happy.
Damn, man. They love it when they beat Paul, and then when Paul beats them. They love giving him grief, though. They're like, can we do a video? I'm like, no, stop winding him up. He'll get you. And they're like, what's going to do?
Jamie C says the zip line is in Chwechwed near Blaenau. It's not Festiniog, is it? What's double F in Wales? Is it Le? I think it's L.
Really?
Oh, there's been another goal, but for who? Chris Kamara. Fulham are now beating Brighton away. There we go.
So you go.
Oh yeah, your old knocking place. Joey says, Jamie, did they teach you Welsh language in school? Some do and some don't. But it is the oldest language. Is it in the world, Jamie?
Is it? I didn't think. I didn't know that.
I think it is. I've just made a massive claim there. I'm just going to double check that. Is Welsh the oldest language? There's places that say it is.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, the gov.uk website. Oh, no, okay. I'm going to trust this source. So the gov.uk website says, apart from Latin and Greek, the Welsh language has the oldest literature in Europe. So that's going to be older than Spanish. Most of the languages are European in origin, so you'd have thought. Jamie C says, Festiniog. Ah, yeah, okay, yeah. Fair play. I've been on the railway there. There's a railway, isn't it, that goes across a bridge, like a land bridge thing. Jamie C says, yes, Joey, yes, I studied Welsh in school until GCSE, 16 years old.
Jamie C's a legend. Jamie, I still want to come out and see you, but just buns at the moment are just impossible. Every time I've just made some noodles and they're hotter than the sun. Every time I try and go and do something, Just doesn't happen.
It's
Kids,
dosh, innit? It's always dosh.
gosh, yeah.
Matt Hall says, my grandma used to have a static caravan in Dinyas Dilly. I spent most holidays as a kid listening to rain on the caravan roof with my grandma saying it'll brighten up soon.
I can believe it.
It's so true. It's so true.
I remember
Oh my God.
when me and Lidsworth, we first had Casey, we had no money at all to go on holiday, but I used to do engine tuning. So what I'd do is we had this little Eldis 4-berth,
Yeah.
and it had like a massive, like king size bed at the front, and then these little bunks at the back, and it just had everything in it. It was falling apart, but it was great. And we used to go to Haven holiday sites because it was 35 quid a week off peak. Yeah, yeah. So you go there, and then I go out and try and sell a couple of remaps, and that's our week sorted.
Yeah.
Anyway, I remember this one time, and the rain was so loud on the roof. We were trying to watch a film on the laptop. We couldn't even hear it. Just could not hear it. It's like being inside a drum. It was mental.
I used to have a great aunt that lived down in the West Country, and she moved there from Bexhill, or she lived in Battle. You'd probably know Battle.
Yeah, I know Battle and Bexhill.
Yeah, so my aunt used to live in Battle, and she moved down to the West Country. And I know it's Wales. Wales isn't considered the West Country in terms of what we say, but it's on the western side because it gets all that weather that comes in off the Atlantic. And she used to call it the Wet Country. Oh, John's.
Wow.
So yeah, I can hear you. Joey says, Jamie, you're a fascinating tale, man. I can talk to you for days on end. Jamie says, John, no worries. Whenever you can, the invite is there.
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
New York State would be so cool. Jamie says, Joey, I could say the same about you. Matt Hall says, we couldn't have the toaster and the TV on at the same time as it blew the fuse wire.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's brilliant. My mum and dad went into a caravan site because I grew up in touring caravans. That was my holiday. New Forest in the touring caravan.
Oh yeah.
Loved it, absolutely loved it. But yeah, Matt Hall, my mum and dad hooked onto a site the other day. They plugged their 16 amp lead in, and it was protected by a 6 amp fuse. So every time they put the heating on, it turned off. Oh, what is that horrible noise?
What noise?
Oh, Nottingham, man. Oh, right, I'm gonna have to turn this down. This is a nightmare.
We can't hear you.
Can you not hear that horrible screeching?
Well, that might be my night. It might be this.
We got games finishing. So Everton have beat Leeds. Not good. Nottingham have pulled a point away from Man City.
Oh.
Been a really boring game in the Premier League. Not one team has scored more than a goal. But yeah, my mum and dad hooked their 16 amp lead in, and it was protected by a 6 amp fuse. And they went to the it was, I don't know, I think it was like November time they went, and they went to the office to complain. And they said, no, the electric's only for lighting.
What?
Yeah, they were like, anything more than lighting and it won't cope.
And you pay extra for electrical pickup.
Yeah. That's the whole point. You can't hear that?
Mm-mm.
My God.
It's these mics. They filter out a lot of the background sound.
Well, it must be a bloody good mic because it's burning my ears out. I'm going to turn it down a little bit.
Is it me making the noise with my knife and fork?
No. It's a final. So I've got a scores app on the go, and it's. Oh, so see now it's just cheered because someone scored. Brentford, get in the boys! Have just pulled a goal back against the Dirty Palace. We'd love to see it. Yeah, it gives me like little sort of updates.
Oh, I get it. No, we
So
can't
it's just
hear
done
it.
it there.
Welcome to Noodle Time. Oh, craft beer.
Port Vale is still beating Exeter. What a boring day of football. It's been like 3-0 every other game.
I know little to nothing about football.
Joey says, okay, so I'm thinking the next UK visit is a comedy show in Holyhead. Mate, they must have a comedy club in Holyhead.
That'd be funny.
They've got.
I would think so.
Oh, I love it. Well done, Brentford.
Woo.
How are the
Yeah,
noodles?
they're nice. These are from Singapore.
I have to say, Jamie, that was all right.
Yeah,
I liked hoppy
they're not
ale.
a bad brewery. You know what I mean? I think they do a lot of contract brewing as well. I might be wrong in saying that, but
Yeah, I think you're probably right because this is one of them like garden centre jobbies, isn't it? Like all these beers end up in the garden centres, don't they?
yeah.
Where it's
How are you feeling on the old dreaded? You feeling better?
a little bit nosy, a little bit sinusy. I think tomorrow's going to be a horrible day, but
Oh, really?
yeah, just feel a little bit like something's coming on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Joey says,
Probably.
why does no one talk about North Wales? The place is stunning, or the place is amazing. It really is, honestly. Anglesey and the mainland is beautiful. That whole coast along there is stunning, all the way to Chester. Beautiful, beautiful. And Chester probably is the second most historic town or city compared to or after York.
We stayed in the lighthouse. Well, we were in Chester yesterday. At the zoo. Yeah, we were at Chester Zoo yesterday.
That's meant to be stunning, Chester. I've never been.
I never went into Chester. And isn't Hollyoaks filmed in Chester?
I don't know.
I've never.
I know Love Island's filmed in South Africa. That's not bad.
Hi, honey. Yes, because I haven't eaten. I'm starving. And Mark begged me to come on this live stream.
You're on a live stream?
Yeah, I've done some cleaning. I went for the dishwasher. So.
Oh, it's Lydia. Every time I take a photo.
Uh-oh.
You're right, Liz.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
How's it going?
See, but I've got no time.
Oh, is this where we order something?
No, because that takes time as well. I fell asleep.
Oh, we've been flat out at kids' clubs and then
Yeah, starting
I
out.
put a blind up, DIY skills. What else did we do?
I painted the ceiling.
We painted the ceiling. Well, Lid's painted the ceiling. Her painting's way better than mine.
Yeah, John. John's doing the old compliment and then she'll do it approach. I love it. No, you paint. You're way better than me.
And then what else did we do? We did, you know, that hole in the side of my blooming bath.
Yeah.
Finally fixed that.
I don't remember because every time I've been in your bathroom,
it was all tiled in, and then there was a leak, and then.
Oh yes, I do remember.
Yeah, so I fixed that. What else we done? Sorted out the garden. Yeah, I've been busy today, and I felt rough all day.
Oh dear.
I feel a bit better now.
Have you done a test?
No, it's not that kind of rough. It's all my stomach and stuff. I felt really. I think it's stress. I just think it's stress related.
Well, yeah, you're busy guys at the moment, so I do understand that. Joey has spoken to me in a way and said I was amazed to find out that a proper Englishman had never been to Scotland. No, I've never been to Scotland.
Really, mate, we've got to do it. Scotland's awesome.
Never been.
Oh, if you think North Wales is pretty, some of Scotland just takes your breath away. No, I'm not taking anything away from North Wales because I love North Wales. I stayed in that lighthouse, you know, that famous lighthouse. That's an Airbnb.
What, in Scotland?
No, in North Wales, we stayed in that, and you can see the dolphins.
That's the Anglesey one.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
We went there. We saw dolphins. We were literally right by the lighthouse. We saw dolphins going down the Menai Strait.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so me and Codes would set out in the morning. It was only little, and we'd have a coffee and watch all the dolphins on the top of the cliff.
So cool.
Awesome.
But yes, Joey, there are people like me that have never been to Scotland. But the problem is, I've always lived in the south. So Scotland's always been a 10-hour drive away. And when you look online at Skyscanner and you got your dates when you got the time off, and it says Barcelona for 30 quid or Edinburgh for 120. It's like, well, I'm obviously going to go to Barcelona then. And it's because it's probably, I don't know, but there's places in Germany, northwestern Germany, like Cologne, that are geographically closer to me than Edinburgh is. Crazy. Jamie says Hollyoaks is in Chester. There we go.
I knew
Joey,
that.
Joey, you should definitely do. Did you hear that?
No.
Oh.
Is
That just
Hollyoaks
made that-
still on?
Is it still on?
I don't even know if it still exists.
I just remember Hollyoaks was just the birthplace for all the ladies that used to end up in Nuts magazine.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that,
Wasn't it?
Was that and Loaded, wasn't it?
Yeah, Nuts and Zoo.
Yeah, so yeah, I remember that.
The weekly dirty mags. Jamie says Joey should definitely come to the show in the UK. I absolutely agree. Joey says key is funding. Jamie got to raise $1,500 or so to cover FAH no total, but it is in the works, at least theoretically. Sam Smalley's in. How you doing, Sam? G'day, lads. G'day, Sam. How you doing, mate? It's been knocked down your way, innit? Where are you, Sam? Where are you in Australia? I'm not going to insult by guessing, because I think I know where you're from, but I'm not going to say it because it might insult you. Joey says, speaking of stunning scenery, it's Sammy Boy. Yeah, no, absolutely agree. What a place Australia is. Yeah, boy.
I'm just going to have a look at my van and see if I've got them beers that you gave me. I'll be back in a minute.
You should do.
Yeah.
Jamie C says he went to uni in Aberdeen. I wasn't much of a whiskey drinker at the time. Now kicking myself, I didn't take the opportunity to visit more distilleries. Yeah, see, whiskey's just not my thing. I think if I was a whiskey drinker, I think I probably would have gone to Scotland by now. But I'd like to go to Glasgow. Yeah, I'd like to go to Glasgow. There's a good couple of pubs that I've seen online in Glasgow, and certainly breweries like Overtone. I'd love to go to Overtone's brewery and tap room and just Overtone are fantastic. Joey says Sam lives in a giant bottle of whiskey and he drinks the walls. I'll tell you what, I'll be happy with that. I'm going to do this out of date beer. Should I do an out of date beer? It went out of date. Jeez, 3 months ago. It might taste like absolute rubbish because it has got fruit in it, which is why I think it had a shorter life. It smells good. Actually, smells okay. It doesn't smell like cabbages. So this is a Northern Monk beer. So Northern Monk, for me, Northern Monk do fantastic. They do like the Patrons Project, so they do like proper high-end beers, but they also do what I consider some of the best supermarket beers. And this is one of their supermarket beers. Not their best, but yeah, looks all right, doesn't it? But I remember it was really sweet and really fruity. Yeah, jeez, yeah. It's all the tropical fruits. I should have said it is, as described, it's a mango, pineapple, and passion fruit juice double IPA. So I don't know why I bought it a second time. I just didn't like it the first time. Oh, that pineapple juice, it does smell good. It literally smells like, what's that brand? Is it Capella? Capella, dude. He's found them. Hold on.
Mate.
Double IPA. Mate,
Ooh.
try that. It's bloody lovely.
Or shall I have that one first?
I feel like we should do that one together.
All right.
Can we do a video together with that?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah. Do the double IPA. I really like it.
My only beer in the house. So, oh no, let's go for one of them.
It is so sweet.
Oh, sweet.
So sweet. Oh, I don't know if I can put up with that. I feel like I'm going to have a diabetes appointment Monday. Joey says, I read that beers... There we go.
I love the little Bedford Rascal.
It's cool, isn't it?
My dad had a yellow Bedford Rascal.
Well, there we go.
There you go. That's meant to
Joey
be.
said, I read that beers are good like a year or more after the out-of-date date. For some, yes. For others, no.
To be honest with you, some of them you can keep indefinitely, but the issue is the hops. It depends on. Yeah, sometimes the hops just completely die off. So you're just drinking like we did a beer called Hopper Grass, and my gosh, that tasted horrendous after a year.
Yeah,
We
I
tried
think
that,
that's the thing, isn't it?
tastes lovely.
I think certain beers. So, for instance, this. So this is putty. So you would have seen this if you're in the UK. You would have seen this absolutely everywhere over your Instagram. If you're not in the UK, you probably still would have seen it everywhere over your Instagram. So this is from what's considered one of the UK's best craft brewers, Verdant, after Lord's Brewing Company, of course. And putty.
We use Verdant yeast, though, to be fair.
I've heard this. You've told me this, which is good news. Oh, look at that for a Westie, by the way. John, I'm going to put my balls on the line and say this is not far behind Oregon Trail. Maybe not as resinous as Oregon Trail, but I think it's a lot more drinkable than Oregon Trail.
Oh, I wish I had about another 5 pounds of it.
Yeah, I know, isn't it? It's like that, isn't it?
Wow, that's awesome.
I'm
Woo!
drunk on one.
That tastes like when I went to America and had a Westie. Although I had it on the East Coast, so I can't say I've had it on the West Coast.
Can you do me a favour? Can you put an Instagram out and tag Forest Road in it and just let them know that I gave you a can? Because I did say I was going to distribute them because they sent 6 cans to everybody, and I said I was going to distribute them. Sam Smalley down in Melbourne, buddy. Oh mate, I was probably 6 weeks away from moving to Melbourne. I think have we had this conversation before, Sam?
Are we what?
No, I was just talking to Sam because Sam's from down in Melbourne, and I was it would have been about 6 weeks away from moving to Melbourne, and we were going to buy a place in Officer, which was just west of Pakenham. And now I think there's so much building going on. I think Pakenham and Officer are now the same place because Trav Wilson randomly put the services. So Trav, if you know Trav Wilson from the lives and stuff and the comments, he is a ground worker, lives in Australia, northeast of Melbourne, and he put all the services in, the plumbing, the mains water, the mains electric, and the mains gas into the plot that we were going to buy. Randomly. Small world. Absolutely small world. Joey says, my buddy's dad used to keep like 10 different beers in his fridge, so whoever came over would have what they wanted. Your buddy's dad is a legend.
He is, clearly.
So I have this thing where I've got beers. So I've kind of got the beers that I review, and there's the beers that I don't review. Problem is, April, my wife, doesn't know which beers are which. So very often I've been gifted a beer, or I've bought a beer for like quite a high price for review, and I come in and then there's like my dad drinking it, and I'm like, no, no, just have one of the Adnams best beers. Sam Sawley says, yeah, and the whiskey is peaty as feathers. Joey says, end of the day, Kev, I wasn't going to waste any beer just because of some date. Joey says, because the beer's called Jupiter.
Show the best view you saw in 2022.
Oh, there we go. Joey says, girls go to Jupiter to get more stupider. We can hear all of this, John.
I'm sober enough to know what I'm doing.
He's finding the Instagram thing. Mark is one of the kindest hosts out of the UK blokes. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Kev says, fair play, Joey.
Sober enough.
Mark Jones, mate, I saw this coming. He says he's well annoyed. Leeds lost second from bottom. Mate, what has happened since the Bielsa days to Leeds? I just don't know. I think it was just such a big mistake getting rid of him. I don't know. What do you reckon, Mark? Was it a big? When it happened, I was like, no. I was like, why would you have done that? Like a proper knee-jerk reaction. Crummy Beard says, all right, you absolute sausage monsters.
Tom, you're more than welcome on, mate. I know Tom's been out for a few bevies actually this afternoon. Joey says, as long as you don't get sick and it gets you loaded, oh well. Mate, that's like my philosophy for everything. Joey says, hi, Tom. Hi, Tom. Tom says, hey, Joey. Mark says, out, Crumble. CJ says, up the Saints. Go on, the boys. You got the win, didn't you? Boom. Potter's out, mate. I reckon Potter's gone. He is gone. Sam Smalley says, Westy boy. Yeah, Sam, you know it, mate. Good Westy and all. Matt Hall says, I keep caring for visitors to encourage them to bring their own next time. I keep calling for visitors to encourage their own next time. Yeah, that's it, mate. Couple of boxes of that'll see him, right? Joey says, damn, Matt Hall, that's cold, bro. Matt Hall's laughing. The carling's not cold, though. Oh, warm carling. That just reminds me of being 17, drinking illegally in the... where did we used to drink? The White Lion in Tenterden. That's where I used to drink underage. The White Lion in Tenterden, there was a pub, it was a pub called the Eight Bells, I think it was called. Ended up turning into one of those Cafe Rouge places, but they had an upstairs that had like... So you get kicked out of the White Lion at like 1. And then the geezer on the door, because it used to be like the owner used to stand on the door and like check everybody's IDs. He used to just think, I used to look about 14. He used to just think I was 19, 20. Never used to check my ID. So he used to go in there and just get absolutely slaughtered upstairs. Crummy says, I'm on the verge of a nap. I'll be honest. You absolute pelter. Mark Jones says, we want Potter as our new manager. Come on, Chelsea, sack him. Mate, I reckon he'd do all right. He's for someone like you, he's not. You look at him in the interviews, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, he just doesn't have that like big manager. He doesn't have that big manager vibe about him. Like big, you know. He's not Chelsea standard, is he? No disrespect. Yeah. There we go. So who have we got? So the final scores for today were Brentford 1, Crystal Palace 1. A late goal for Brentford there. Fulham beat Brighton away 1-0. Southampton beat Chelsea away 1-0. Everton beat Leeds at home 1-0. Nottingham Forest scored a relatively late goal to get a point away at home, against Man City. And Bournemouth won away against Wolves. There we go. Fucking. Joey says my first beer.
Top of the mic.
Oh, I can hear you, but it's very muffled, mate.
No, it's not that. For some reason, my fingers, I can't always. It won't always. I don't know whether I'm dead. So.
Salad fingers. I like rusty spoons.
I've just done the little post for you.
Thank you, mate. Just to let them know, thank you.
I did it as a reel.
I wondered because it was all the music come on, and I was like, oh, he's doing something here. Joey said my first beer, I was 15 in 1992. I was 4, Joey. Sorry, mate. It was called Calder's 29. It was a frost brewed at 29 degrees, now defunct Miller product. Me and 2 buddies split a 12-pack. I had 5. Excellent.
Oh, I want a beer.
Luke John Frost says, no beer today. Didn't get off a stream till 6 a.m.
Yeah.
You sicko. Absolute sicko. Mark Jones says, don't know what he's on about. Did you ever see Bielsa interviews? You have no chance. Yeah, he was an absolute enigma of Bielsa, but you used to get the results weirdly. Jamie C says, and the mighty Vale beat Exeter. We didn't go into League One results, Jamie, because Cheltenham lost 2-0. But yes, the mighty Vale did beat Exeter. It's very true. Luke John Frost says, Middlesbrough on the march up the borough. What do they do today? I actually saw, just before Christmas, Norwich versus Middlesbrough.
I know so little about football.
They beat Norwich at home. I'd like hospitality seats. Everyone's going mental as well, funny, because they don't even support Norwich. Burkina. I've just been offered the results from the Burkina Faso League. No, you're right, mate. England.
Have you seen this about TikTok sleuths digging up woodland near where that lady's gone missing. Everybody's gone mental. What is wrong with TikTokers? They're like,
Just idiots.
it just seems to be a level of stupid that I'm not used to.
This is the problem with social media. Social media's got so many uses, but it's got so many flaws. You know, but then the police have probably caused it with releasing all of our alcohol problems and everything.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just creates a following. It's weird. I don't know why they would do it. It's just like asking to have unless they can cordon the whole area off like 4 square miles.
But
They're
is
just
it
asking.
see, this is the other side to it. Is it that she had an alcohol problem, or is it that she just likes to have a drink and go party and maybe consider drinking more than most people?
I would absolutely say, if you look at the definition, I have an alcohol problem, but I drink more than 2 pints a week.
Yeah,
You know, like,
the problem, isn't it?
it's just stupid. It's just, well, it's not. The threshold is so low. I reckon 75% of the UK's got an alcohol problem.
Well, according to them, yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't, but yeah, it's just silly. But I don't know. It's weird. There's so many. I watched a little, not conspiracy thing about it. Oh, hello, John.
I want to be closer to you.
I can't have to lean over the fridge now. Joey says, these Brits follow these US drinking channels, and that can lead to some late nights. Yeah, I think that's what's happened. Matt Hall says, me and the wife are drinking vocation life and death at the minute. It's going down way too easily. It's just a good beer. It's just a good beer. Luke says Middlesbrough 1-3-1. They actually did. Mark Jones says Borough 1, I think. Yeah, they did. Joey said, I miss when Burkina Faso was called Upper Volta. Have I just been caught out there?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Never know with Joey, do you? Mark Jones says, you okay, John? Look really pissed off, bud.
No, I'm all right. I'm annoyed that I haven't got any more beer, and I've got to take, so I can have this one, and then I've got to. But you've been busy as well. Just loads going on. I've got to take the kids to the youth, and then I might pick up some beer on the way home and join you. And I realise how bald I'm going on camera, which doesn't help.
Mate, I was looking. I've got this like flappy hair thing here. I've got like a little tuft of hair at the front. It's so bad.
I'd swap yours for mine. No, I'm all right. I'm just thinking. I'm just sort of. I've got a lot on my mind, and yeah, just lots going on. And I don't know anything about football, so I don't want to. What's the word? Say something wrong.
Come on, the spearmint rhinos.
Yeah, woo, yeah.
Spearmint.
Oh god, that would be bad.
Square Table Generic says they have a test. They go, hey, count to 12 without you. If they fail, they get. Yeah. Mike Jones says kiss. Yeah, I tried. He wasn't up for it. Jimmy Guitarist, how you doing, mate? Hello, Mark and John. Hello, mate. How you doing? And he says City have blown it today. I don't think they are. I do agree. It's a bad point for City. Bad point. But Arsenal are the bottle jobs of the century, and they will bottle it, and City will just win it. Guaranteed. You heard it first. Mark Jones says, Mark, you don't know the meaning of ball. Not in the club yet. No, I'm not.
Do you know what? I'm going to go and get Kobe and Micah, and they're going to talk to you about football.
They don't know.
Do it.
This will be hilarious. 1 second.
Oh, they'll be really annoyed today as well.
Oh yeah.
I think they've just dropped points against bottom of the league. I'm sure the Nottingham Forest are bottom of the league, aren't they? Are they bottom of the league? I'm so out of touch with football now. No, they're not even nearly bottom of the league. Jeez. I'm so out of touch.
Mark wants to talk to you about something both of you.
Sit on here.
You can sit on there.
You all right, boys?
Yeah.
How did City get on today?
Today. I didn't see the game.
Did you see the result?
No.
Oh dear. Are you having a good Saturday?
Yeah.
Was City top of the league?
Don't look at me. I don't know anything about football.
Don't know.
Man City were top of the league, weren't they, at one point?
Second. Second, not first.
You were top of the league, but you're not anymore.
Now we're second.
Did you see you only got a point against Nottingham Forest?
They have English keeper, that's why.
No English keeper?
No, Nottingham Forest have an English keeper, that's why.
What? Do you like the English keepers?
Yeah, they're very good.
Are you not an English keeper, Kobe, technically?
Yeah, I am.
What about you, Micah? Where do you play on the pitch?
Look. Keeper kit.
That's a goalkeeper top, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't play in it anymore. I used to.
And show me your height. Stand up next to each other.
Mike has grown a bit now.
Yeah, Micah has grown a bit.
He's looking at me like, what do I do?
Micah's nearly as tall as Lids.
True, yeah. True. No,
So, yeah.
This one's been at skateboarding this morning. This one's been playing football. What's your position you normally play now?
He plays anywhere.
He kind of plays anywhere, but he gets a few goals. He's a good little striker, aren't you? Not-
Maybe you're a striker.
He does all right. He gets a few goals, don't you?
Micah the striker.
Mike the striker.
I like that.
He's a brilliant goalie, though. I mean, genuinely. And he plays himself down, but you are brilliant on goal, aren't you? So Mark just wanted to tell you that City lost. That's all. It's me. You know what? Ask him what football team he supports.
What's football team do you support?
I don't really like football.
He's spinning. He's spinning.
It's not a team that you would have ever have heard of.
What team is it?
Charlton Athletic.
Yeah, they're probably really bad, that's why.
They are really bad.
They play in the pub league.
It's true.
Yeah, they do. They play in the Courage Cup.
The league. It's the league below Huddersfield.
Oh, that is bad.
We did play Man United the other week, though. We done all right. We still lost, but we done all right.
Oh, right, you two, clear up. Love you.
See you later, boys. Oh, bless him. That is really
so
bad.
funny.
It's like, you're telling me.
It's so fun. The savage.
We'll have to sit there every Saturday watching it.
Oh mate, honestly. So when we were youth leaders, right, the worst age group to talk to is like 11 to 18, because you make one mistake, they are judging you the minute you get up there, and they will say exactly what they think.
They're just so innocent, aren't they? No filter.
Just crazy the pair of them.
I'm not sitting in the same.
Joey says bald is funny because we have to be, because no one talks to a pathetic bald unfunny man.
Can we all stop arguing? Why are we arguing? What's going on?
Jamie says, just reading up Joe's comments, Burkina Faso was indeed previously called the Republic of Upper Volta, and the country competed at the 1972 Munich Olympics.
Why are we all
I feel like I'm being stitched up here. Mark Joe says, Leeds. No, Southampton. Jimmy says, City were top of the league before the game today. They were, yeah. I think they had a point lead, didn't they? I think after they won in midweek. Joey said, that's a future prime minister right there. I absolutely agree. Better than me, that's for sure. Joe says, Charlton Athletic, Mark. Oh dear. I know it's almost through birth, mate. I can't do anything about it. It's almost like a disability that I've been born with. I can't do anything about it. Sam Smalley says, "Don't listen to anything Jamie C says. He's a fraud. However, he is my brother, and I love him." Jamie C says, "I love you, brother." Oh dear. Mark Jones says, "Nothing wrong with spearmint rhino."
I got lost in there. I went for a car dealer, and Tim, and he sent me down to buy a Jeep Wrangler, and it was this one day where it randomly snowed in the middle of London. We got stuck, so I thought, oh, that's all right. I used to bunk school and go on the tubes. I know where I'm going. So I got on the tubes. I got completely lost, didn't know where I was, and the only person that would help me was this lady who said in a Newcastle accent, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "I'm lost." And she's like, "Where are you going?" So I told her, I said, "I'm trying to get to this address." And she's like, "Oh yeah, it's all right, I'll take you." And chatting with her, and I was like, typical, innit? I'm down south, and the only person that will help me is somebody from the north. And she was like, "Yeah, it's like that." She goes, I find the same thing. And I said, "Oh, do you work down here?" And she said, "Yeah, I work for Spearmint Rhino. I'm a dancer."
Oh,
So I was like, "Well, this could be awkward."
we don't have to go to the car. We can go anywhere.
Well,
Do you
no,
want to get a drink?
I was more driving back, and I'm like, how do I tell my wife I've been hanging out with a dancer from Spearmint Rhino?
Right.
It's awkward.
I'm going to go for a wee. All this talk's got me a little bit.
I need to order some beer. So
Right.
that's my wife. No, actually, not to let me buy beer. Yeah, I know, but you might get. I'm aware that you're tired. Don't put that on me. What was I going to say? That's Sam Smalley. Don't listen to anything James C says. He's a fraud. However, he's my brother, and I love him. Haha, Sam Smalley, love you, brother. I love it. A bit of banter. So, what's everybody drinking? Because at the moment, I was going to tuck into this, and then I've been told I'm not allowed to now. So now I'm on Deliveroo trying to find a beer to get delivered, because when I said to Liz, "Can you get me some beer?" she's like, "Oof." And I get it. I know how she feels, because it is an annoying task. So
I'm actually supposed to go out tonight.
are you going out?
Well, I'm meant to do.
Where are you going?
It's far too bit.
Well, you can still go out. It's all right. You just be a little bit late. We'll be in the doghouse. I've got a really fancy bottle of wine, but not allowed. Not allowed. She literally said, "You're not allowed," so I'm not allowed. What's he got? Mark Jones says, "Ooh, spot on. Spearmint Rhino could be a good alias name, e.g., welcome to Spearmint Rhino beer reviews. We like them cold and wet." Didn't think you could order beer to be delivered. Yeah, you can around here. So I live in the back of Beyond, but it's not the back of Beyond, really. It's, how do you explain where we live? It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but we're not actually that far. So geographically, we're not far from stuff. So then we can order it in.
5 minutes to the country, 5 minutes to town.
Yeah, 5 minutes to the country, 5 minutes to town. What have we got here? That'll do. Bud Bar. I can manage that. That's not anything too fancy. Hoe Garden. I haven't had that in a while. That's coming from Morrison's. San Miguel. I'd rather not. No offense if you like San Miguel, but it's not my thing. Luke John says, is it near the brewery? No. Well, I'm not far from the brewery. No, I'm not really. I could just jump in the car and drive to the brewery and just fill my boot and come back down, but I can't be bothered.
Where are you getting your beer from, John?
I'm looking at Morrison's at the moment.
Well, you can get a delivery from Morrison's.
Yeah.
What is this world?
On Deliveroo. Mark's absolutely amazed that we can just get beer deliveries. Luke John Frost says, "I'm still drunk, so just had a weed dram to make me feel better." Bless you, mate, he's been on full send, that boy. You're doing all right, Luke John Frost. Oh, you do. I still keep saying this. Just saying that. I don't know why. It's just a habit now. Sorry, Luke John. Only seven.
Oh, I'm going to get rid of this. That forbidden fruits is minging.
Only 5:05. Oh yeah.
Not good.
You're right, honey.
No, well then because you just asked it. So I'm like,
Right, what time do you need to go out?
it's like 7.
7:30. So that's all right. So what time do the kids finish youth?
7.
Okay, so that's fine. You can still go out. You just be a little bit late. Are you going for food?
No, it's like she's hired something club or something.
Oh right, okay. Gosh, how are you gonna get
I
there?
was just gonna drive. I don't feel like
She doesn't feel like drinking, people.
I'm not bothered to drink because
Yes, that's not fun. I bet it's not as much as you think. Plus, you'll probably get a lift back, can't you?
Everyone's going to taxi.
Well, you should get a
Let's
taxi.
just share a taxi.
Yeah, to share a taxi. I got to Luke where he's still leathered.
Sam Smalley says, no beers as yet for me. It's early Sunday morning here, but I'll have several throughout the day. I've got some Trillium.
Oh,
Mate, you've got so many good breweries down there. I mean, Trav sends me beers. I'll tell you what, yeah.
I've got Travis. I've got Glorious Purpose up there. Yeah, I've got that one.
Hey!
Have you drunk yours yet?
No, have you?
Oh, mate, it's fucking lovely. Yeah,
It's dusty.
lovely.
Look how dusty it is. If I
Oh,
like...
please, get it open next. It is.
No, I want to review it for Trav.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So the kind of rule is my rule is I don't drink casually any beer that's been sent to me. I've also got the Fourth Horseman.
Yeah, that's lovely.
It's just when you just got to be in the mood for a 12% Imperial Stout, haven't you? Sometimes.
Do you know what? I'll be honest. I don't review much beer because obviously I've got a brewery. It's a little bit difficult. But what I do like to do is when my friends come over and they say, "Oh, do you want a beer or whatever?" I know that giving them a Glorious Purpose would be completely lost on them. But I'll give them something else that's all right, and then they say, "Oh, what you're drinking?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is sent to me from a YouTube friend over in Australia."
It's so cool, isn't it?
And they're like, "What? You have people send you beer?" And I'm like, "It's just a major flex." I mean, it's great. It's great.
Right, I'm gonna go for this American Pale Ale.
I bet that's all right, you know.
It should be okay. I just remember not liking it last time.
Right, okay, I'm trying the local co-op in Marsh because that has some really nice beers.
That's what it says. Also, plenty of local rad local stuff. Yeah, mate. Your brewing scene in Melbourne is insane. Like Deeds are incredible. Oh, there was another one, but I think they were from like near Sydney. Bay Road Brewing. I think they were Sydney way.
What about Feral? We had Feral, didn't we? That was nice. They're owned by
Stone and Wood.
Yeah,
I think they've just been bought out. Stone and Wood. Trav was telling me they've just been bought out by Asahi.
It doesn't surprise me.
But apparently, Trav was saying that they've been given. The early indications are they've been given sort of still free reign to be Stone and Wood, so that'll last about a year, and then they'll.
Asahi are not bad for that though.
No, they are. I mean, they've done well with Fuller's, haven't they? Asahi
really well with Fuller's, and they own Meantime Brewing, and they've done well.
Yeah.
There's not. I mean, I've got to admit, out of all companies, if Asahi came to me and said they wanted to buy us, I would be well up for it.
That looks good.
That looks great.
Yeah.
Bit of haze there. Is it cold?
Bit of haze. No sediment, but you don't expect it off a mass beer like this.
True. Right, let me just double check over
now. I keep sniffing because
you're a snotty old donkey. Alcafron.
Mate, this smells really good. Very malty for like a craft pale. Pineapple, mango. Slight touch of sort of grassiness to it as well. Quite like that. Quite like the smell of it. I don't think I've ever sort of analysed this beer properly. I've always done them on live streams. I'll tell you what, I've done that a massive disservice. That's a pretty decent beer.
It's funny, isn't it? Oh, I can order Vocation, Heart and Soul.
Any vocation's decent, isn't it?
I know you
Really?
I just fancy drinking lager though. I'm feeling lager. I feel
Sharky. Sharky. My house smells like a brewery, lol. Well, he is brewing a porter at the moment. Oh, hold on. What's this?
What is this?
This is a spiced vegetable stew.
A spiced
Asian spiced vegetable stew.
Cajun spiced vegetable stew.
Coriander.
Ooh.
Yogurt. You're supposed to put this yogurt on top.
Coriander rice would be, yeah, go for it. Stick it on there. A bit of yogurt on the top. Boosh.
Oh, yes.
She's so good, isn't she? My gosh, I'm a lucky man.
You are.
You are.
Still hasn't told me she's got any sisters or not.
I don't know how she puts up with me. Poor lady. Or we could order, what about some Saltaire Brewing? We've got Saltaire Brewery Cascade. We've got Saltaire Brewing Blonde.
I
Saltaire
like blonde.
Triple Choc. Saltaire.
Yeah, that's a good beer.
There's a bit
That's
of
a
Ilkley
330
Brewery.
bottle, though, the triple choc, compared to a 500 that the blonde would come in.
It is a 500.
What, a triple choc?
Yeah. Triple
Wow.
Choc, 500 ml, £3.
I like that.
And we've got a couple of Ilkley Brewery. Should we just buy some local?
I'll tell you what, yeah, do local.
Do it. All right, let's do local. We'll just do local. Little Valley. Where's Little Valley Brewery?
Little Valley?
I don't even
Never
know.
heard of them.
Little Valley. Oh, I see it a lot up here. Where is it? Little Valley. I'll tell you what, Mark. If you get a chance, download Opera for your browser when you're live streaming.
Opera?
Yes, it's very good. It's been around a long time, but the new version is very, very light on. Oh, it's Hebden Bridge.
Oh, wow,
it's-
that is close.
Yeah, it's very low on CPU and GPU. Right, okay, let's go for it. So let's have a little bit of.
I don't know what that means.
It's not hard on your.
Are they enzymes that come out of a yeast in a beer? Oh, this beer is quite high in the old CPU, moderate on the GPU. I know what it is, man.
Your graphics card and your processor, basically, it makes it easier. Right, let's go for that.
Don't need to worry now, mate. I've got this all singing, all dancing laptop with the i7 processor. I'm living the dream.
That's a monster, that is. An all-day pale. That sounds good.
Oh, that's from Vocation.
That's not. That's from Ilkley.
Ooh, Vocation's all day pals really good. 4-pack, 330. Really lovely malty hop balanced pale, different to what Vocation normally brew. Mark Jones says, was that a Northern Monk beer, Mark? Usually okay. Yeah. I said it before I opened it, but I think you were watching Leeds lose.
You had to remind him, didn't you? That's
Sorry, but this is described as a mango, pineapple, and passion fruit juice double IPA. I don't know why I bought it a second time because I didn't enjoy it the first time.
Could you still need some money?
Luke John says, cheeky streamlate then.
I need.
Cheeky streamlate then, Sammy. Jimmy Guitarist says, I've had a couple of vodkas during the football. Boring. Yeah, no, tell me about it. It was a boring day of football. Really, really boring.
20 squids.
Jimmy Guitarist says he's stocking up on beer in about half an hour. Jimmy, where are you from, Jimmy? I always used to get you confused with Jim. Do you know where Jimmy Guitarist is from, John? No, you're on. I can hear you.
No, you can't. Can you hear me?
I can. Yeah.
Oh, hang on a minute. Does that mean I've not got this mic on? You know what this will be? I bet.
Can you not just tap it?
You know what? I bet I've been using. Yeah, I have. That's the webcam's mic. That's amazing. That's the standard microphone. There you go. That's that mic. Is that better? Sound much more
It's more intimate for sure.
Oh yeah, well, I will say
I did
the
wonder
backlight-
earlier. It sounded a bit tinny, but I didn't know if it was just your settings. Able to call it
Yeah,
out. But
but it's not a bad mic, is it, for a webcam? that?
honestly, no.
If you were on a budget, you can pick that. What did I pay on the Amazon thing? Was it like 50 quid or something? Or 46 quid, wasn't it? For that camera?
What one was that?
That Logitech Stream Cam.
Yeah, you got it. No,
got
it
it
wasn't Black
cheap.
Friday when you got it, was it?
No, it was just like a random deal, wasn't it? That they
Hmm.
every so often Logitech just like throw something out there.
Do you know where Jimmy Guitarist is from?
I think I want to say, and I'm sorry if I offend you, Liverpool direction.
So, I had him down in Hampshire, so you're almost
Well, we've
certainly
got
right.
most of the country covered at that point.
Sam Smalley says, I'll try to get I'll have to try get a beer the same as you boys and we'll hook up. Mate, honestly, yeah, do it. If you can get either that one, Sam, Fourth Horseman, or no, not that one. Or Glorious Purpose with cherries. Yeah, mate, let us know. And definitely get you on the review, mate. We'll hook up on Instagram or something. Someone just says, yeah. Mark Jones says, I've got 2 Asahi left. I'm chucking them over to you, John. Catch. So someone says, yeah, Luke, no, brother. Yeah, Luke, no doubt I'll be on a few streams later, brother. Pirate Life got bought out years ago and still pump out some decent beers. I feel like Stone and Wood would be similar. Yeah, I hope so, because Stone and Wood, I've had a few of their beers now. They've been really good. Mark Jones says, don't show John that pint. It'll be dribbling. Jimmy Guitar says, do Morrison's have any good beer? They do.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah.
Up
They're
here,
probably-
I think we have some better stuff. Right, so I've ordered some beers. This is what
What
I've
have you
ordered.
gone for?
So this is what's amazing, right? So I've ordered Ilkley Brewery's All Day Pale, 500ml. Saltaire Brewery Triple Choc, 500ml. Looking forward to trying that, actually. Vacation Heart and Soul, 330. Light Valley Brewery's Todd's Blonde, 500ml. Saltaire Brewery Cascade, 500ml. Saltaire Brewery Citra, 500ml. Ilkley Brewery Mary Jane Session Pale, which I've had before and it's quite nice. It's very easy going. And Saltaire Brewery Blonde, 500ml.
I like the blonde. Good beer.
And it should be here very quickly.
It's unbelievable. So that's the thing when you live in a more populated area. You get these perks.
It is nice. It's a nice perk.
It's a good perk.
Oh, it's just got sweet potato in, doesn't it?
That's really nice. We tried it.
So Jimmy Guitarist says, do Morrison's have any good beer? I think Morrison's, if supermarkets are brutal for craft beer brewers, but I think Morrison's are the most supportive of the smaller craft brewers. They stock more of their stuff. Tesco's have a range of about 10 beers and they stick to it. Marks and Spencer's are good. They're getting a good bit. Waitrose are the same, but Morrison's, in terms of the sort of the big three, Morrison's, in my opinion, would be considered the best.
Yeah, they're not bad, and they try and get local.
Yeah, they really do. They're very regional, aren't they, Morrison's? Like your Morrison's up there will just stock wild beers compared to what mine would. Joey says Newcastle was playing Liverpool on the YouTubes. The unis for Newcastle look like US referee outfits. The uniforms. It's true. Sam Smalley says Joey, Minnesota are playing Cleveland in the 2069 Super Bowl here, dude.
2016, didn't we? Oh, hear that?
What's that?
My dishwasher's got like an inferiority complex. So when it's finished washing, it likes to play you a tune.
I was gonna say, in some inferiority.
That's inferiority.
So, Joey says, Sam, I'm going to be well into my 90s. I'll be dead by then, mate. Don't worry about that. Mark Joe says, don't ask Mark to order beer where he is. It would take a week. It is absolutely true. Sam Small says, welcome to the future.
It's awesome.
Joe says, man, I haven't heard of Opera since college. Matt Hall says, I used to use Opera Turbo back in the day to bypass the Pirate Bay blocks.
That's right, yeah. Yeah.
Was that a thing? Was it Opera? I used to use Firefox. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Joey, I used to use Firefox. Bing seems to be getting better. Google searches are a mess anymore. Jimmy says he is from Watford.
Oh, well, we were both
And not near Liverpool.
No.
Mark Jones says, "Didn't you think you had that mic?
Sorry,
Didn't you think didn't think you had that mic in, John? You did last week."
It's because I'm old and I can't remember. Gosh, that's got some spice in it. Woo!
Sharky says, "John sounds like me on the webcam."
Is it that bad?
Oh, Sharky, you should buy. Honestly, Sharky, come back to YouTube, buy a new camera, upgrade your game, and you'll see the benefit. I'm telling you. Square Joey says Liverpool scored, bro. They're 1-up on Newcastle. Fair enough. Time to change John's diaper. After the spice, yeah, he's going to be filling that thing up. Mel says we thought our washing machine had just finished, John.
Have you got a washing machine with an inferiority complex? It's weird, isn't it? What a weird thing to do.
And Mark Jones says we've got a washer that plays that dance tune.
No way. So this one's an LG. So I don't know why. It'd be funny if we've all got the same one.
Right, I'm going to go down to see my daughter. I've got to put my mask on because it is rubbish here.
Good job. He sometimes puts a crash helmet on as well. So Mark Jones has got an LG, and his plays a tune. So for 10 points, what does LG stand for? Because most people, and Matt Hawes is an LG. There you go. So it must be an LG thing. Do you know what LG stands for? Really?
No.
It used to be a really, really rubbish brand, and it stood for Lucky Gold Star. That's the reason. There you go. You can have that for free. And I actually had in my bedroom a Lucky Gold Star TV that said Lucky Gold Star tube TV that I bought for my bedroom from the market. I paid about £3 for. And I used to have to tap it every so often because it would the screen would go out. Crazy. Those were the days. I was telling Casey the other night that I used to have a black and white television, and they don't even get. Did you have a black and white TV in your house? Oh, that shows how old I am. Lydia's like, nope.
I didn't have a computer though.
You didn't have a computer?
Not for ages.
Really? They were expensive though.
I think we were in high school when we got a computer.
Really? They were. The amount of computer you can get now for money versus the amount of computer you could get then for money. I think my first computer was a Toshiba MSX, which was actually based on a Russian thing. It had games cartridges and a plug-in tape cassette that you'd wait about 40 minutes to load up a game, and then it would just say syntax error.
Have you got beer coming in?
I have beer coming.
Right, I'll go to the kids.
Okay, I'll see you later. And then you can go party.
Yeah.
For your friend's 40th. Either that or she's meeting with a guy from accounts. Nigel. Which is nice, but I don't like sweet potato at all. But I feel really ungrateful if I don't eat it. So questions. What beer do you guys think is going to be like the most popular this year? What do you think that they will be? My mouth is on fire. Da, 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 da. For some reason, on my screen, what's going on here? Let me. this and that. Oh. I should hide. There we go. Why is chat not updating? No. Oh, this computer. That's about right. There we go. No gaps. Sometimes, let me just press that. Press that. I can't see chat. My computer's completely gone on the blink. Anyway, yeah. What is your favourite? What's your favourite beer for this year? What do you think it's going to be? What do you think will be popular? Tell me what you think and what we should bring. I think everybody's got off for dinner, so I'm going to eat this. I remove that. I'm not really enjoying it. I've got new potato in it. Sorry. Not new potato. Sweet potato. There's a small child at the door. Oh, hang on a minute. What's going on here? Right, mate. Oh yeah, it is working. You what, bud?
I got some on my hand.
Your fingers. Why is chat not loading up? Let me see if I can see on here. Press that button. Move that over here. Oh, no, there's no one in chat. Could be that. There he is. Right, for some reason, I can't see chat. So, please, if you're watching, consider hitting the like button. Okay, I've checked it on YouTube. I can see the chat. Yeah, okay. So just on my screen. You're just all ignoring me. That's the truth of the matter. I don't blame you. So come on, what's your favourite beers? What do you think is going to be like big this year in brewing? Like, is it going to be lagers? Is it going to be milds? There's been a lot of chatter about milds. I can see pales being quite big because I know a lot of breweries basically are looking at pales because ultimately they're cheaper to make. We just bring that down a little bit. All right, I'm adjusting my colour on my screen. Try not to turn myself pink. There we go. Right. I want beer. I've got no beer. I've got this beer. But if I drink it, Mark's never going to talk to me again. So I can't drink it. No, it's weird, isn't it? I think a cream bun and a beer. A cream bun. What? Why would a cream? Does that go together? Cream bun and a beer. All that sweetness. I guess if you're having a nice sort of pastry stout, that could be very yummy, actually. Very yummy. Can't imagine it with a can of Stella, though. Cream bun first. So I tell you one thing I often do is I eat chocolate and then it ruins my my beer experience then. I tell you one thing. When I came to Yorkshire, they have this thing called a custard tart, and I still don't understand why that's a thing. But yeah, not my cup of tea. So it just tastes like sweet omelette in some pastry. It's very strange. Can you see now, John? You need to do a cream bun stout. Well, the problem is, whenever you do cream, you really need to put lactose in, and it's quite highly unpopular when you put lactose in at the moment. You can do it with it if you put enough oats in, but even then, it's tricky. Yeah, I need a wee. I really want Mark to come back. I'm busting. Shall I change my background whilst I'm here? Right, question is, how long are these beers from arriving? You know what? I never considered this. The beers might end up warm. I bet they're not in the fridge.
Right, guys, I am going to go and give my daughter a big bath. So I'm going to end the stream here. John, are you going to do a stream a bit later?
Well, I've just ordered half a ton of beer, so I probably should.
Perfect. Give us a little while. I'm going to bathe Sophie and then get to bed, and then I'll join you a bit later.
Yeah, no worries, man. That's
Is that
good.
right?
Well, it was getting quite quiet anyway. So, and I thought my chat had broken, but it was just there weren't many people in it.
No, that's fair.
And Mark Jones is eating a cream bun.
Oh, is that a euphemism or?
No. He is eating a cream bun. Yeah. So yeah, I might come back on later on because I'm stuck in anyway. And if Liz is going out to party, she's going to her 40th birthday party.
Well, that's the recipe for a live. But I'll join you in a bit. I've just got to go and do some fatherly duties, and then I will be back.
Either that or she's going out with Nigel from accounts.
Oh dear. Matt Williams, see you later, mate. See you later, everybody.
Love you all.
If you, of course, all of you follow John's channel, Lord's Brewing Company, we'll be over there in a little while, won't we, John?
In a while, crocodile, not too soon, you big baboon.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for coming in. See you later.
See you later all.